4 seasons. It took us 4 seasons to get anything substantial on Griffins. We finally got it, and they delivered it spectacularly. This episode was purely about the world building, and it flowed really naturally without sacrificing the important parts of the show. Here, let me explain what I mean. This opens up with Pinky in the bakery trying a new recipe and hanging out with the borderline comatose Gummy when she gets summoned via glowing butt tattoo. Okay, communication is so weird in Equestria. First we get burp mail, then we get butt tattoo pagers. What's next, Skype calls from your eyeballs? Hello? Ink, I'm in the middle of filming! Yes, the Captain America costume is mine. It's Forever Free Northwest. Hey, don't complain about the amount of costumes I have. You're the one who made me into a cosplayer. Fine, we'll go as Joker and Harley for BronyCon. Deal? Okay, love you too. Bye. Oh, shut up, you voyeur! This system with the map raises some observations. A while ago, I remember getting into a discussion with Anthony C about adventure plots in MLP. The thing is, originally, Lauren Faust wanted a lot more adventure plots in the series, having a series-wide grand narrative and having her cast travel to faraway lands. Sounds great, right? Well, here's the problem. The way these characters are written prevents that from happening. Rarity has a business she needs to run, Applejack has a farm to take care of, Twilight has princess duties, Rainbow Dash needs to manage Ponyville's local weather, Pinky is an employee at the Cakes, and Fluttershy, well, her job really isn't all that important. Anyways, the point is, if these characters left to go on adventures all the time, how could they still keep their ambitions? It's impossible, unless you were to retcon their characters into something that serves the narrative, which is a terrible idea. I really didn't think it was possible to have both adventures and keep the characters who they were. Well, I'm here to say, Anthony C., I have been proven wrong. The map was the perfect solution to the adventure conundrum. Whenever there's a problem, it summons the needed ponies to go and fix it. Not all of them need to go, and it's only at convenience. We get to go on adventures and keep the characters' ambitions without retcons or any other or deconstructions of the sort. So, Pinky and RD have been summoned to Griffonstone. We get a really Hobbit-sounding origin story for the city, and Twilight is visibly disappointed that she can't come along. Some might be wondering why she doesn't go with Pinky and Dashy. Well, here's the thing. Twilight is a strict rules person. She considers the map to be an authority above her, and she feels compelled to listen to it, no matter what her personal feelings may insist. I know the feeling of life not letting you nerd out and requiring you to follow proper etiquette. One day you will be mine.
What you reading, Rainbow?
Oh, you did that on purpose! They travel while wearing Mongolian garb because it's in fashion, I guess, and arrive at what appears to be
A total dump.
Thank you, Pinky. Have a cookie.
Ugh. Maybe the map should have called Rarity instead of us.
Didn't that not go well last time? You know, I started wondering if Griffonstone actually qualified as a destabilized country, and if so, why didn't Equestria provide relief or aid? To answer this, I decided to let someone in on this. A clone of myself. What? This has been canon for me for years. Let's debate. Well, Griffonstone isn't a country, so they can't really qualify as a destabilized country. Not so. It wasn't countries that competed in the Pony Olympics, rather it was cities. Cities with their own strong economies and contributions to Equestria, even their own national anthems. So cities, which are likely more akin to city-states, are treated just the same as a country is. So why didn't Equestria help Griffonstone? Well, it's easy to see they refused help. They cut off all ties to the outside world so much that the last entry of known Griffonstone lore was them getting the statue. Since they refused contact with everyone, that in turn caused their economy to collapse. Sounds like the Soviet Union. But there were no tourists, no anthropologists, archaeologists, or sociologists? No one just popping in to say hi? Seems odd that Equestria, land of friendship, would just abandon / forget about a place like that. That's assuming they had strong ties with them to begin with. No one really knows much about Griffins, and they've been statistically hard to get along with. And keep in mind this has only been going on for about a generation. Also, I doubt that Griffonstone is the only place you can find Griffins. As stated before, Griffins appeared in the Equestria games, and they would not do so if they kept these particular isolationist attitudes. So that obviously means that there are more places to find Griffins. We've also seen other Griffins and other creatures live amongst our ponies, so having species diversity has always been present. Since there might have been some other Griffin cities out there, this must be an isolated incident. Well, that was a good debate, clone. Time for you to go. Wait, I thought you were the clone. No, I'm the real one. Bye-bye. But I have consciousness and memories. Don't I have a right to life? Do I only exist for the sake of a joke? This isn't fair! What does my life mean? Yeah, they become self-aware after a bit. That's why I don't do it so often. It's awkward. Side note, I like a lot of the designs of the Griffins here. Not only is there much more diversity in design, but it also seems there's diversity in genetics as well. One Griffin looks like it's part tiger instead of part lion, and we see others that look like they're part vulture, part owl, part falcon, instead of part eagle. So, as long as it's a type of large bird or large cat, you qualify as a Griffin? That's actually insanely creative! And we see the return of Gilda. Now, I'm one of those who really couldn't stand Gilda at the start. I mean, how could anyone like her? She was a complete bully, she wasn't funny at all, and she tried way too hard to be a bad girl. She was so irritating that it causes neurons to misfire in my brain every time someone says the word lame. Should have seen that one coming. Gilda in this episode, she's actually tolerable. I mean, she's still got the attitude, but it feels a lot more natural, and she doesn't try to be interesting by relying on the gimmick of being a bad girl and repeatedly saying, "Lay down!" Medic! Ooh, you are so getting a raise.
Yeah.
Point is, Gilda's better now, and it's interesting to see that she has a hobby, making pastries. Interesting quirk. I also like her role as a vehicle for delivering Griffin culture. It's done really uniquely here.
No singing, no party store, no bakery! What is this place? You're welcome to leave at any time!
And as it turns out, breaking out into musical numbers is banned. It's interesting to see how ingrained musical numbers are in equestrian culture. I wonder how it works. So Rainbow Dash goes to the abysmal abyss, no comment, I hate puns, and gets stuck in a dangerous spot. Well, she did everything right. I mean, she let people know where she was going, she had a buddy, and had proper safety gear. What she didn't count on was having her buddy and guide be a mercenary. Tough break there. Though I do gotta say, Rainbow's a great flyer who has been able to do the Sonic Rainboom, accepted into the Wonderbolts Reserve, and broken several Academy records. And she's unable to do squat here to escape? Okay, I can buy that it's too hard to fly out because of the winds, but only barely. Side note, I find it a nice touch that her screams got completely drowned out by the winds. That's just plain scary.
We need help! Don't go anywhere!
I swear if I didn't know you, I'd call you a smart ass.
So Pinky goes to get help from Gilda. We get a flashback, and... Ah, it's too much! Great. I think there's a phoenix down in the pantry. I'll continue the review. I think it's pretty cool how Rainbow specifically targeted bully victims to befriend. First Fluttershy, then Gilda. That's actually pretty awesome.
Fine, I'll help her. But that doesn't make me her friend.
Duly noted. Except it does!
I have no joke there. Pinky's just become that genre savvy. Oh, thank you.
Jawohl.
So Gilda and Pinky leap off to save Rainbow Dash, and Gilda finds the Arkenstone. I mean the Holy Grail. I mean the idol. No! Don't do it, Indiana! I mean Cusco! Can't think of any others. But I need a third one to complete the Rule of 3 format! Oh, forget it. Gilda saves them and symbolically redeems herself. Now, before people get up in arms at the amount of redeemed characters we have, let's not forget that Chrysalis, T-Rex, Sombra, and Starlight are still unredeemed, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. Besides, I like seeing characters do a heel-face turn. It's plain to see that Gilda was never evil, just a bully who was obviously in an environment where she could get away with such behavior unchallenged. This episode reinforced that, showing that Gilda effectively grew up around jerks and that in turn affected her personality. Many conflicts nowadays rise not as a result of evil, but from a lack of understanding or failed diplomacy. Sometimes it may take compromises and it always takes a lot of service and hard work, but for the most part people just want what's best for themselves and those around them. And I'm sure that if we put our heads together with synergy, we can freedom, liberty, buzzword, and a better tomorrow will be achieved for this great nation of brave men and women! Kumquat! And I really appreciate this ending, where Gilda is effectively charged with bringing friendship to Griffonstone. The problem wasn't instantly fixed, and it's going to take a lot of time to change an entire culture, but you still get the feeling that everything's going to be alright. That being said, they set this up perfectly for a spin-off. I really want to see a comic or a GM Barrow book or maybe even a Hasbro Studio short where we have Gilda rebuild Griffonstone using her newfound friendship. Am I the only one really wanting to see that, or am I taking this too seriously?